What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today I want to talk about the Kyle Turris, David Rubenblad trade between Phoenix and Ottawa, and talk about the implications for both teams in the short and long term. Start off with Kyle Turris. As we all know, he was in the middle of a contract dispute for most of the year, and has only played 6 games for the Yotes and is scoreless in those 6 games. He wanted a $4 million a year contract, which, when someone whose career high is 11 goals, you really don't warrant that. Obviously, I know he uses it more as a ploy to get out of Phoenix, but I thought it was disrespectful the way he was doing it. I thought he showed up his teammates not only in Phoenix but around the league. I think it was more of a disgrace what he was doing. I say everyone wants to get paid and everyone wants to go to a favorable situation, but you have a duty to a certain degree. And I don't think he's played for a team that made the playoffs the last 2 years. I understand the ownership situation's in flux, and there's no guarantee they're playing in Phoenix beyond this year. But he could have handled it much differently. And I thought, like I said, he was disrespectful to the ownership in Phoenix, the team that drafted him. I think Gretzky mishandled Turris, especially early in his career. Not giving him too much ice time when he didn't deserve it, and not send him to the AHL right away. His rookie year, when I thought he spent about 8 games in the A that year, but that he regressed his development playing the full season in the NHL when he really didn't warrant it, and he ended up having to go to the AHL his second year in the league, which is kind of a show up thing, if you will. You play 60 games in the NHL and then you're playing full season in the A, and that really doesn't do too well for the kid's confidence. But he played very well in the AHL 2 years ago, and was up all last year with the Coyotes and had like 11 goals and stats right there. Had 11 goals and 25 points, and had 3 points in the 4 playoff games in the sweep to the Red Wings. So he showed improvement, but just 3 points in a 4-game series warrant the $4 million a year contract? No. You got to get it done. Like I said, he scoreless in 6 games this season, so there's a lot to be desired there, for sure. In terms of his talent, and like I said, he forced Phoenix to move him, which is kind of disrespectful to that organization, who invested a lot in the young man. I understand he really wasn't delivering on his promise, but you got to handle it a little bit better. Ottawa is giving up what could be a very, very, very good young defenseman. 21-year-old David Rubenblad. We did the player profile on him a couple weeks ago. He's a great player. He's only got 4 points in 24 games with the Sens, but he's playing his first year in North America. He has the second most points all time in a season for in the Swedish Elite League, which is outstanding considering he did it at 20 years old. It's pretty mind-boggling if you ask me. And he's got loads of potential and can really jumpstart a power play, jump in the rush. His passing ability, the long bomb passes with him are, those gives your forwards so many, makes the breakout easier and makes it easier to enter the offensive zone, and start establishing pressure and ultimately cycle the puck and get the scoring chances. So that's what he can do. And like I said, I'm really excited on what he offers the Phoenix Coyotes. They've got 2 great young defensemen in Keith Yandel and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. But this guy's Rubenblad's a righty shot, and those 2 are lefties, so that gives you more accompaniment on the power play. And just something different look to give other teams, especially like I said with the man advantage. But I'm really excited to see how he fits in this mix in Phoenix. They got a lot of good, young, talented defensemen in that organization. Chris Summers out of Michigan's another one in that organization, and Goncharov and Portland's another one. But I'm looking at young forwards like Andy Mealy in that organization, and Michael Bodger, and looking what guys with speed like that if Rubenblad gives them the breakout pass and it's a hard pass, look out, they're gonna be off to the races. So with the actual trade, I think Phoenix was going away. You get an offensive defenseman at 21 years old with limitless upside, in my opinion. Struggling with Ottawa on an up and down team, but hey, let's see what he can do. And Ottawa gets a head case like Kyle Turris, and is he going to deliver on the potential he has? He lit up the British Columbia League and had a great freshman year at Wisconsin, but see what he can do. I mean, Can he be a point a game guy? I don't know. And Phoenix also gets a second round pick, which will probably be midway through the second round. Ottawa's probably going to be a borderline playoff team. And Ottawa also a defenseman spare. They got Carlson, they got Cowan, they got a couple other guys coming up to that organization. So, if Rumble has a spare pot, give up him in a second for a guy with a lot of potential. I can see it, but I think Phoenix wins this trade going away. I think Phoenix gets a great young defenseman and a pretty high draft pick to continue to build a winner in the desert or wherever they play next year. It's like slap shot, right? Yeah, we're going to be playing a retirement home in Florida. Oh, Florida, I love Florida. Yeah, let's see where they end up playing next year. I hope it's in the desert for their sake and for the sake of the Phoenix community, but we shall see. That remains to be seen. Anyway, that's it for the Power Play of CJ for today. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season.